back to the battlefield. Siege Ryan here, Siege Ryan. We're playing Pauper. We're playing Mouse of Foundry in this Boros Synth list, and I'm very pleased with this. I played the matches. This card's actually cooked, and it fixes, I think, what Boros Synth was having issues with, essentially. I'm calling it Mouse Synth. Oh, let me know what you think about that name anyway. So essentially, it's just a Boros Synth list, but Mouse of Foundry is a 2-mana card that when it enters, it makes a 1/1. When it leaves, it makes a 1/1 robot artifact. They're mouses. I don't know anything about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but thank you for this card anyway. The issue with this deck was that it had a lot of problems with the early games. So it would stumble on mana, or would get an aggro deck will get underneath us, essentially. So having a way to either block or develop an aggro build and have like aggro board state would allow us to actually win with our bolts more easily. And so that was how I kind of theory crafted it. I played a couple matches, and that's how I actually feel like it went. It was very good. It just had really great synergies as well with makeshift munitions, which is the sacrifice, and you can ping stuff, so you can get a lot of value off that. Especially in the later game, it becomes a bolt, so it's a 5-mana ability, actually comes up a fair bit as well when you're playing against the real value trains, when you just, you know, when you have multiple synths and you're like, oh, I guess I'll sacrifice one and get a 2/2. Same kind of thing, it works very well. Besides that, it's a pretty stock standard list. Sideboard, I've just put in the Rest for the Worries. That's also based on commenters on the past that think, Rest for the Worries is a bit better than Navigator's Compass, which I agree. We're running a very strict 2-color mana base. The Rest for the Worries is way better than Navigator's Compass in this. This deck felt very good, so let me know what you think about it. If you do want to support the channel, please feel free to like and subscribe. It does help us out a fair bit. If you do want to support me in other ways, I have stuff in my description below with my coffee and memberships. It does help me a fair bit, so thank you so much if you're supporting me. Anyway, let's try this deck out. I think you'll be quite pleased how good this deck is, and I'll see you in the first one. All right, we're playing Thigh God. We do have a roll higher than this, so we'll play first. This hand's actually, you know what, it's a little bit crazy, but I'm actually going to keep it. Normally it's good to have all colors, but I think because we have all this other stuff going on and we have a Lembus, I'm happy to have like 4 draws where we don't draw a white source. I've said that now, and I won't be happy for drawing, but, you know, against Burn here, we just have lots of interaction. All right, Mountain. Let's just turn off auto yields. Alright, they're just Faithless Looting. So they're playing probably like the Madness Burn deck, most likely. I mean, we could probably... I haven't done much else. I'm actually... No. I shouldn't. It's not the Jedi way. It's not the Jedi way. We drew an Ancient Den. Let's play the Ancient Den. Play Lembus. And let's just try and get synthesizers. I'm kind of open to getting more lands. So we can just go, I want more red sources. And then we go tap land, Course Skyfisher, pick up Lembus. And then we've got, 11 damage in our hand. So all we have to do is null 9, you know? That's it. That's all we have to do. And they just look like they're the mono red burn deck. So these bolts might be just going towards, Flame Breather. So now, the beauty about this is we can just go Radiant Fountain, play Course Skyfisher, pick up the Lembus, and just bolt the Flame Breather. Weirdly, sometimes this feels like not a great matchup. But with the Radiant Fountain, it actually can feel quite good. And hopefully they just play Gutter Snipe here and we can just ping that one off as well. That would be ideal. That'd be fantastic. This can be a bit of a grind though. Like, they kind of need a certain hand so we can win. We need our interaction. Alright, Highway Robbery. I mean, I'm also happy to keep these Gal Blasts in our hand to try and get the damage through. They might just put us on the Course Skyfisher, potentially. They are, okay. At least on our turn now we can play Glint Hawk. We can do Lembus, Glint Hawk, return Lembus. I kind of want to keep that on top, to be honest. We have 16 damage. We just need to do 2 hits with this Glint Hawk and then we win the game. That seems pretty good to me. Who doesn't want to see 4 Gauth Blasts get the job done, you know? They're not gaining life. And as long as we just hit them twice with this Glint Hawk, or we draw a bolt and hit them once with this Glint Hawk, we are laughing. No one expects the quad Gauth Blast. No one expects the quad Gauth Blast. Look at it. It looks so beautiful. Rolling on quads here. Alright, they play the Flame Breather. So now I would actually probably use one of the Gauth Blasts on that. Again, if they just want to bolt, that's kind of fine. If they're sending their bolts there, they've only dealt 1 damage to us. The Lembus still helps us. Once we get something in play that can do stuff, I'm happy. They're the beatdown, we're the control deck. If we can mitigate as much as we can against them, then we're having a good time. I'm just sad that we don't get to send all 4 Gauth Blasts upstairs. We've got 16 damage. Maybe we've become the burn deck. Thraben Charm, you say? Well, let's just play this Lembus first. See what we hit. I don't think we can still use this Raven Charm just yet. I didn't see any sneaky snackers. Let's just put it on the bottom. I want a Glint Hawk. Okay. Well, let's just bolt this now. And the dream can still remain alive. How nice. Alright, we're somehow a burn deck against them. We need to draw something though, because these Galblasts don't do anything just yet. They got 4 cards. We can do a lot of damage to them. We just need like a Synth and a Skyfisher. Hey, I'll take a Thraben Inspector at this point. You know, so close to even just wanting to keep the Lightning Bolt, but like it's very unlikely to draw one of the last 2 Lightning Bolts in our deck. This game could have been ended actually if we just had these, if we just sent everything upstairs. Maybe, but I say that, but then they would have 2 Flame Breathers in play, and that's not good for us. Okay, they're kind of just spinning the wheels a little bit. They got the Lava Dart. Let's play this. And then I'm actually going to fire off... maybe I'll do the Thraben Charm on their turn. I think we do. I think let's just wait for a second and see what they do. I'm open to just waiting on this Thraben Charm. Oh no, actually, because the Faithless Looting might just open up stuff for them. I don't hate just doing it now, actually. I've sometimes waited, but I feel like we don't need to here. Let's go 1 white, colours. 6 off graveyard. Get rid of that dart, you know. Get rid of these Faithless Looting so they can't fix their hand. That's the thing that I care about. It only affects us if they have another snacker, which they would have probably discarded anyway. I think our hand's very well lined up against theirs, which has been good for us. Again, we still have Lembas. Right, we have to Galblast that, so we will. Okay, let's crack this first. Just see what we get. We'll play the Garrison, pick up the Radiant Fountain because that's absolutely busted. We'll attack for 1. Pass the turn. And we will hold on to Galblast until we absolutely need to use them. Like they are first and foremost taking care of Gutter Snipes. But it's nice to know they're technically on 12 here. Another Flame Breather. Okay. Their priority as well. We're losing these Galblasts. We need a better clock now. But I'd rather this Thraben Inspector get in every turn, you know? And again, we just got another 2 life here. We're still pumping in with our stuff. They somehow still have 4 cards in hand. I guess they're not drawing lands here. They've drawn all their Flame Breathers. I could have waited as well to technically try and hit like a something interesting, but that's okay. Yeah, like this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we need 7 mana to fire the Mouser off, but now we can play Radiant Fountain, play the Mouser Foundry, and then probably just use it on the following turn to get rid of anything troublesome. Lots of life. Look at this. I'm feeling pretty good. We've got a good clock. We can kind of just trickle on and keep going. If we had another land, it would have been a bit better. Then we could have saved one of the Galblasts and gotten an extra bit of the clock going as well. Because it's still very far away. Like, we've been very controlling and they've had a very particular hand, but it's, you know. Doing a highway robbery. Discarding Sneaky Snacker. I mean, there it is. It's a good one. We're probably just going to use the Mouser Foundry to hit it on their turn. Realistically. Probably let it hit once and then we can do it on the end step so they can't do anything to bring it back on that turn as well. Yeah, I think that's probably the correct play like that. We're just going to deal 10 to them. That's what we're going to do. Crazy how this is instant speed. It's nice. Okay, Lembas is also good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can play the Lembas. Sorry, I know we played land there, but we need to untap anyway, so we can do the Mouser Foundry if we need to. Enough real life feels good as well, you know? Keep that on top. Let's attack. And like, I mean, now we're going to play the Mouser Factory. I just want more aggro in play to get them down to 8. There's no way they can handle us in that time. Of course, Skyfish can just block this this Sneaky Snacker, and we can still also keep up Galblast if they play like a Gutter Snipe or something. It just helps the clock more. Play this, pick up the Mouser. You know, it's always tempting to do Lembas, but it just offers a different angle. I've been very pleased with this, to be honest, this version. Leaves, we get a 1-1. Play the Mouser Foundry. get more of these weird things, and just pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, somebody got 6 now. Way closer to finishing them off. Bolting that. Okay. If they're bolting that, I think I'm fine with them getting for 2. We'll attack. We'll use the Mouse of Foundry to bob that Stinky Snack, and then we'll attack again. Again, they're using bolts on the core Skyfisher. They're not winning the, like, we have a better board state than them. I think we still conserve life total. I think we still actually use the Mouse of Foundry. Yeah, they're getting in. That's fine. You can get in. We've got a 21. And they've got 4 cards. Again, so much life with this Raiding Fountain. I wouldn't even be mad if we drew a Boros Garrison here, you know? Just continue to gain life. Glenhawk's pretty huge. Let's just attack first. And I think we're playing like another Mouser, because I just want to get through so we have enough left to get them. And then I wouldn't mind just keeping up mana for double Lembas if we need to gain life, if they have some miraculous way of just dealing so much damage. Say yes. Mouse of Foundry. Lee's got a 1-1. Let's play a 1-1. Yeah, and now we can double Lembas if we need to, and we have lethal in play as well. So quite happy for them to attack in. That's fine. I don't think they can get us down from 25 this turn with 4 lands. It's very hard to do that. Epicure's a blocker. I might even just crack a Lembas now. Yep, there we go. All right. Let's go to sideboarding. So we're pretty lucky in that regard. But now we have our boy, Rest for the Wary. So, I did like 3 Open Charms. Synthesizers, I'm actually going to cut 2 out. I know that sounds crazy, but we need to be a little bit faster. Cut the munitions. We don't want those. Journeys are kind of still fine as well. 3 Open Charms are still fine. Mouse of Foundries, I think we're going to cut 1. Reason being is because I know we're taking out a lot of our ETBs, but the reason being is we're probably just going to Lembas and get a board state with our core Skyfish and Glinthawks. Rest of the Worry really just pushes us ahead as well. But they're probably going to bring in the end of festivities because they think the Mouses might be more of a threat. And so just cutting down to at least likely to draw them kind of just staves off that a little bit. It probably feels like sacrilege to cut the synthesizers, but I kind of would rather the 1-1s as well in this matchup where we need to be faster, not grindier. Okay, we're on the play draw here, sorry. This hand is good. Okay, Mountain. All right. The old Mountarino. I think we're just going to start with... I think we do start with the White Source. I think it's just correct. I know that it's not great if they have the Sneaky Snacker early. At least we've got the Radiant Fountain to kind of help stave off some stuff. And they're just bolting us straight off the bat. Well, we just turned that into a shock at least. There we go. Our lands and just gain a life. And that's exactly what... Ooh, they kept to 1 lander. Okay. Well, now I feel a bit more comfortable. I am just going to play out this... No, let's play a tap land. And we just play this because we want to be able to crack Relic as well. It's not as good. And I'm not going to just play Relic on this turn. I do want to get a bit of a clock down. I know 1-2 is not a clock, but just getting something down is going to be good. And then after that, I think we play Radiant Fountain, keep Relic up. We'll play Radiant Fountain, play Relic, and then we'll keep up Clue. Otherwise, Relic can sort out any sneaky snackers. We just have to dodge it this turn. So drawn a Mountain now. They're very much in this game. Yeah, Cast into Fire. I was thinking they were having a bunch of Cast into Fires, but that's fine. We have a fair few lands in our hand anyway. And I'm wondering maybe what we do is we just play this Mouse of Foundry. Because I have a feeling they might want to... I mean, they need to draw another Mountain to be able to play anything like Gutter Snipe, but... I'm less inclined to... Yeah, don't bring Cleric's nice. We just hold on to that for a second. Let's play the Radiant Fountain, so it feels like they will play something else. And then... I know we're just playing this pre-combat. It's fine. They're tapped out. They don't have Lava Darts. Let's just get some damage down, you know? And this burn deck, like, because we have a high land count, I'm quite happy for them to pay 2 mana to exile one of our lands, because we've got 2 more lands in our hand, you know? A better clock than them now. We have interruption if they play like a Kestic Flame Breather or a Gutter Snipe. Like, it feels pretty good. Okay, let's see what they do here, eh? We suddenly also made Cast into Fire a terrible play here. And that's an option as well that we could have done if we felt like they were telegraphing a Cast into Fire, which I was kind of feeling anyway. Because essentially, with their deck is they kept a 1 lander, which normally you keep a 1 lander if you feel really good about your hand and you want to take the gamble because the hand's so good hate-wise. So they probably brought in Cast into Fires because it's a sideboard card, so they kept it with the risk. That being said, I could have just played Raining Fountain, Mouse of Foundry and said go. And if they cast into fire that, we still get the effect. So this is what I was kind of hoping as well. So I played Mouse of Foundry because I wanted, if they drew a mountain, they could just play Gutter Snipe. We can bolt it, which we will. And then we will play... I'm more inclined to actually play the Relic. I don't think we could... Maybe we do play the Core Skyfisher, actually, and just get more damage in play. It's just like we run into the... Maybe a Snacker. A Snacker issue. No, let's just play the Core Skyfisher while we have these lands and whatnot. And this is a decent clock now. It's just I just don't love Snacker, but Snacker's not that good with the Core Skyfisher in play. Now we've got a decent clock in play as well. Another Gutter Snipe. And the question is, do we try and look for another Bolt? Rest of the Worry is pretty good. I think we just attack with everything and then just play Mouse of Foundry for the blocks, and then I'll probably just play the Dawnbringer Cleric and we just gain 10 life. I think that's pretty fine, to be honest. Or we just attack with the Core Skyfisher. Is there option at least? I should have technically, because we might not draw another land anytime soon. It's fine attacking with this. They can block the Thraben Inspector, and then we can play Dawnbringer so we can at least block the Gutter Snipe, play Rest of the Worry. But yeah, Gutter Snipe is a bit scary. The second Gutter Snipe, they can definitely win this game quite easily, essentially is what I'm saying. So we'll, yes please, I would like to gain 10 life in a 2-part process. Such a good card. Look at this bad boy. We've got a reader here. I've been very pleased with this build, to be honest. Ooh, whoopsie doopsie. So we'll go white. Let's play the Dawnbringer Cleric, because at least it can block this Gutter Snipe. And we can still attack with everything. These Mouse of Foundries are nice. I've been enjoying them. Let's gain 2 life. Pass a turn. And then likely, I mean, we'll just play Mouse of Foundry and then we'll cycle a Relic on their turn, I guess. It is very scary. They can very much just Fire Blast us and just get in, you know. They're on 13. Wouldn't mind drawing a Synth or something like that now. We did cut them. Probably Lembas is the best draw. Lembas and then try and find like a Glint Hawk, so we just had a bit more going on. Alright, not attacking with that, which probably says a lot as well. No Sneaky Snacker. They might want to send a bot of this Core Skyfisher, because then that just kind of like lets them settle in for a little bit. I would absolutely love a Journey to Nowhere, Lightning Bolt, Galblast, you name it. It's going to be sent straight to this Gutter Snipe. Makes me think they're not running End the Festivities, because, I mean, maybe it's just in their deck, but they could attack, block, and then we end Festivities. We lose our Robot tokens and our Dawnbringer. So I think we still attack with everything, because the Mouse of Foundry gets back, and it's an extra 2 damage, which I'm very interested in, especially if we just draw bolts of our own. Okay, so it's back to us. Another Core Skyfisher. Let's just attack with everything. I want to play the Relic Progenitus, and I want to play the Mouse of Foundry. We're on 30. Let's just try and get this game finished before they go crazy with whatever they're doing. And we can kind of rebuild anyway. And I know we have the Mouse of Factory as well. We'll play the Relic first in case they have Love with us or something like that. Yeah, blocking the Mouse, that makes sense. Blocking the Dawnbringer. Interesting. Maybe they're running Electrickery then. That's worrying to me. I think in that sense now, let's play this Relic. I'm not going to play the Mouser now. Relic's fine, and then I'm going to drop this Core Skyfish and pick up the Cleric, if they let me. Or we're going to pick up the Radiant Fountain. We just pick up the Radiant Fountain. We pick up the Radiant Fountain because it's the same thing. Gains 2 more life, then we crack the Clue token if they don't do anything. That is a better play. We're not playing the Mouser though. I think we need a Bolt anyway. The Gutter Snipe's a little bit scary, don't get me wrong. But we've gained 12 life this turn, which I'm happy about. But this maybe is an Electrickery turn, if they're blocking like that. Which could have done on their turn. Cast and Defies, yeah, is another option. Yeah, that's fine. That's alright. Deal 2 to us. They got 3 cards in hand. They're quite far off. And then hopefully we just crack a clue and get like a Gale Blast so we can just finish the job. Feels like it was like a very sideboard heavy hand. If they got these cast into fires. Really just want to crack this clue end step. That's what I want to do. I mean, the Relic is the same thing anyway, draws a card, but doesn't use our mana as well. The Mouser doesn't change our clock too much. I guess we could have played the Mouser and then we could have used it to get rid of the Gutter Snipe on the following turn. Okay, well, let's just crack a clue. See what we get. A mountain, eh? Alright, let us just fire off this Core Skyfisher. Or, like, the option is we could have just played, if you drew a bolt, I mean, we're probably just doing bolt upstairs, to be honest. No, we would hit the Gutter Snipe. Who am I kidding? But if this hits something good, then we're having an absolute laugh. That's what we get. Come on, give me something good off the top. Give me a Gale Blast, please. Or a Journey. I'll take a Journey, actually. A Journey for this Gutter Snipe, so then we can show you how bad we are at the game, because I should have done this pre-combat. But I like at least just... It's a catch-22, because essentially you can just do a pre-combat, but then they might be more enticed to bolt your Core Skyfisher pre-combat. Versus now, if we get a Gale Blast, they might want to hit the Core Skyfisher now with a bolt and then deal 2 damage to us. Yeah, so it's really swings and roundabouts. I was just more interested in getting that much damage, and then they're on 5 and we're on 30, so you know. Okay, there we go. We won. Yeah. Let's see what we're going to hit off this. Yeah, Gale Blast. There, look at that. There we go. Probably just Gale Blast that anyway. And a Limbus. We had very good hits there. All right, we're starting this one off. This hand's not the greatest. We're on the draw. I think the fact that we have our lands untapped colors as well is actually quite crucial in this hand. So it's good that we can just lead with a Thraben Inspector. We can play a Lembas, hopefully it doesn't get counted, and then get a raw. So this is a lot better now as well. We don't have to play the Ancient Den straight away. It probably doesn't matter as much against, I guess, these kinds of decks, because they're not running anything that will get rid of the artifacts. I think we're just in a little bit of a conundrum if they flip the Delver. But if they don't, then I think we're pretty good. And then we'll probably lead with the Lembas and then try and play the Core Skyfish when they tap out a little bit more. It is hard with these kind of styles of decks though, because, okay. And they've got a Snap as well. The Raw Delver Flip makes these matchups a little bit harder. Just the fact that they're just getting in for so much. Because now they can just keep up Counterspell, essentially. Yeah. Yeah, not good. What I'm going to probably do is play the Radiant Fountain, and we'll attack the one first, and then we'll play the Core Skyfisher. It's probably going to get countered. And then otherwise, we're going to play... Doing this, forcing the Counterspell out. They're going to have Counterspells anyway. Radiant Fountain makes it a little bit easier for us. And then if we find a Bolt, then at least we handle this Insectile Liberation. Alright, they're considering. Okay. The thing with how, like, they obviously can't snap now either. Okay, so Sandbarred and considered. Okay, so we'll get this Core Skyfisher in. Sorry, the lights changed. It was too bright. And we'll just pick up the Thraben Inspector because that's cracked. And then next turn we can just play all our untapped lands. You know, we can just play our Mountain, play our Thraben Inspector. We'll play the Thraben Inspector first, and then we'll play probably the Great Furnace and just jam this Lembas. We're going to take the block with Insectile Vibration because actually we have a very good grind matchup, and all these burn spells are pretty good. Or we could actually technically not. Interesting choice. We have to be mindful of that snap in their hand as well. They declined, so they kept all the stuff on top. Let's just block this because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about life. You know, we can double spell next turn. Find a Glenhawk pretty quickly. They're not doing anything else. Mouse of Foundry is pretty good. Let's just play Thraben Inspector. This is really good with the Terrors as well. So, yeah, get the Inspector, and then honestly, I think they have the Counterspell, but let's just play the Foundry here. It's making an appearance. So yeah, this kind of helps the clock. I mean, they can quite easily play Terror and stuff like that. They didn't do anything on that turn. Okay, so no Counterspells for us, which is fantastic. It's playing Murmuring Mystic. Okay, that card is pretty hard to beat. We kind of need Journey to Nowhere like yesterday. So we will play... we'll undo. We will just tap like this because we have another white source. Play this, see what we get on top. And try and hit... Glenhawk's pretty good. I don't think it's good enough though. Can't do anything against that Memory Mystic this turn. I think we actually do have to try and just hit a Journey to Nowhere. That's not good either, but we're going to just play land and we'll play the Thraben Spectre. And hopefully, we only got 2 Journey to Nowheres in our deck, which is the issue. But we do have Red Blast in our sideboard. So we can't really attack into this. Gal Blast doesn't do a lot either. Yeah. I know some lists don't run the Memory Mystic, so it is a potentiality that we can get through this anyway. Or are they bouncing? Alright, they're just bouncing the Master Token, that's fine with me. It's anyone's game. But everything just kind of makes tokens. We just have lots more gas. Like, if they don't counter this Synthesizer, they can't really, attack with that. We've got 1/2s. Also, we can Gal Blast it, which is pretty brutal. We go 3 draws here. We can kind of get through this. It might best be more like a... No, they got Terrors. They do have Terrors in their deck. In the snapping, what are they snapping? A Thraben Spectre, okay. They could probably wait till their turn to do that, but that's okay. I'm fine with snaps because they're just bouncing. But then if they don't have anything else, Cryptic Serpent, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Alright, deck. Let's just play this. The issue with the Synth, if we hit a Gal Blast, is pretty not good. What we could actually probably do is play the bridge, do the Mouser, get a blocker, like return the Mouser. Yeah, so we can go 1/2 Glints, and then we can play Glint, return the Mouser, play the Mouser, play tap lands. Yeah, let's just do that. Just get some blockers up. They only got 1 card left. But if we just get a Journey to Nowhere for this Memory Mystic, I'll feel a lot better. And we just have a lot more go ahead with this. Like, the snaps aren't that good. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just... if they were cycling and they were getting 1/1s every time, that's the problem. Let's play it again. I could also keep that in hand and just draw with a Clue token and try and hit a Journey to Nowhere quicker. I just think next turn we'll have that. We're on 19. We got a decent amount of spells here. They've used 2 snaps, so like we could even just like pentablock the Cryptic Serpent. Okay, they didn't get a Blind Flip, which is nice as well, which means they just drew probably a land or a Terror. This is one or the other. Alright, alrighty-o. The Mystic is suddenly a lot worse though. So I think if they attack with everything, they're just taking with that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we just block with everything, to be honest. They do get in with the Flyers, but we need to just start. Because 2, 4, 6... Yeah. We don't lose everything. We have the Synth next turn. We have so many draws. And they don't have Snap or anything. No Sleep or Dead. They can just get rid of the Glint Hawk. And like the 2 Thraben Spectres, I guess. But like we don't have much else to get rid of those. Like, this is just how we're gonna have to do it, to be honest. Alright, cool Skyfisher. Let's just play the Synth, see how we go. We can really churn through our deck now, Journey to Nowhere? Mouser Factory, okay. What I'm just thinking, I think we just do that probably. Okay, so we play the Mouser, cool Skyfish. Maybe we just return the Lembus, I guess. Or we just hold off on that and just do the Clue. Let's just play this. We have more blockers now. And let's just crack a Clue. I think it's worth to crack a Clue now. Look, Gal Blast is good. It does help out a lot. Switch red into the red source, that's all. Alright, we'll pass. So we've got some good blocks. They have lots of Flyers, which is the issue, I guess. We just chump block the Tolarian Terror. Of course, Skyfisher helps out a lot. Alright, they drew a card, so either land or Terror. Okay, not a Delver. Okay, that's okay. Means no counter spells. They get in with some Flyers, don't get me wrong. Yeah. They should get in with the Mystic as well here. They're not? Okay. Let's just block the Terror. This is what I mean with like the Mouser. Like, the Mousers actually help out a lot in this kind of thing. And then we'll just do Synthesizer a couple times. Journey to Nowhere, there we go. So we can deal with, we have to deal with the Mystic now. Let us just play this and return the Synthesizer first and see what we hit. Because I still want you know, value. All right, that's good. We'll play that. And then, I mean, we can play the synth, but we can't play much else. I'd rather crack a clue, to be honest. So let's just go Journey to Nowhere, and we'll target the Mystic. So I don't want more flyers. And then on our end step, we'll just crack a clue, I think. We'll keep back the mouse tokens. He's probably attack with 1, I guess. No. We'll keep them back, so they're not attacking the Delvers. And this way we can Gale Blast, pay for the ward. Okay, Consider. Consider's also kind of not good because then they can like push towards other things. We have some life gain, we have some draws, and the synth does help as well. Considering to Consider. And it was bound to happen. Ponder's good. Hopefully they just shuffle and they get a random off the top. You can see how we can turn a corner though. Declines, okay, so they obviously got a good thing on top. This is probably a counter spell, I can imagine. They are attacking with that as well. Okay, let's go. We will just block that. Let damage happen. We just see if they play another Terror. No, they don't. Okay, we'll try and hit this. The option is we could also, like, because we've got so many blockers with the mouses, that we could try and just block those. Yeah, we knew they had a counter spell. Like, that's the only thing they'd really keep on top, you know what I mean? But also they're not blocking our synth because of that. And we got these other blockers. We can lightning bolt this thing. And we're not close to, like, yes, they have a better board state, but we are churning the wheels here big time. And we can also just point a mouser towards them there. So this is good. Let us float this, play the Garrison, pick up the Radiant Fountain. Pick up this. And then let's just point a mouser here, to be honest. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 1 more. Is that better than just drawing a clue token? I think so. And let's just see, destroy 1 aberration. We can block this. We can take 2, like this Radiant Fountain just blocks a couple times. We've got 3 draws off the clue tokens, a synthesizer, and a can-do attitude. And these mouses just block these terrors for days as well. We would just have to speed up our gameplay a little bit because this is what Synth does. It feels like an aggro deck, but it's actually not an aggro deck. Yeah, they don't have heaps of meat and potatoes in this deck, you know? It's just like terrors, and now we got rid of that bird. It's good. So sorry if I go to time, but this is the style of deck this is, you know? Alright, well, let's just play Glint Hook, pick up Synthesizer. And just churn through our deck and get more value. So this should always be a yes, you know. Now I'd like to sacrifice my bird, please. We'll definitely play that. Sorry, we'll undo. We'll just use this. And now, like, this doesn't matter. We've got the blockers. One might say we've officially turned the corner. You know, we'll put it on top and we'll just exile the graveyard. It's pretty free to do. You can cycle it. And I will cycle it now. I'll play this Radiant Fountain. Let's wait for upkeep to do that, I guess. And then we'll just crack a bunch of clues. Let's get in with the Mouser token. Get on the board here. And then, yeah, upkeep, we'll just crack this Relic of Progenitors. This is how fun are these matchups, you know. But it's essentially, yeah, we've turned the corner now. It is generally a lot harder to beat us from this point of view. Graveyards don't matter too much. I'm kind of happy to take, like, 5, to be honest. I think we just take 5 and just crack 2 clues. We've got Lembas, which is 6, you know. We could have, I guess, put another Mouser in, but that's fine. Let's draw 2 clue tokens. Draw 2 cards off the clue tokens. And look how close we are to finishing them off now, eh? We've just drawn all our bolts. We've got a Mouser Factory now. So let's play this Gain of Life. Fantastic. Let's play the Synth first, see what we get. They probably want to counter this, to be honest. Oh, no. Alright. Now let's just Gale Blast them. And let's attack just with the Glinthawk, I think. If we play that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, let's attack with both. Because we have we can play this Mouser, and then we have more blockers. And if they do have the blockers, we can sack this other Mouser to get another blocker to block that, and then deal 3 to a bird token here. Let's just play this. But we really do finish them off with bolts. We just bolt them instead. We have Lembus as well to gain life. Like, damn, we're really at the stage where we have have 3 columns, you know? 3 columns of stuff. We've got Pentabolts, many, many bolts. Okay, that's fine. We'll just use this. We just deal damage to this, and then get the blocker in, you know? Oh, this isn't sorcery. My friend played this and I definitely found out this wasn't sorcery. Yeah, deep analysis is fine. So we have them dead on board anyway. Attack with the birds. They are a terror. So let's just go Mouser, deal this, red. So we'll take, I mean, this is for... you know what, I still just want to be a little bit safe in case they have some random stuff, you know. This is just my anxieties at play, that's all. Right, cool, we just play Mountain. Let's attack the 3, and then we'll just triple bolt them. It's funny, because people definitely do feel like against these decks, they're like, oh, we have tons of time. But actually, no, we have Bolt, and then we have another Bolt, and then we have the 3rd Bolt, because that's what this deck does. How it wins. Value. And now we get to put in Red Blast, which is absolutely disgusting against them. I'm not a big fan of the like trickeries. Like the fact that we've got the journey. Like, I'm glad we drew the journey. John Breeding Cleric's not that good. That can come out. Makeshift is kind of nice. Normally what I do is actually I do cut some bolts because we've got the Red Blast now. Everything else kind of stays in. Raven Charm's too important. The mouse has felt really good as well, to be honest. Just think about what else we want to cut. 2 more cards, definitely not the real spells. The Glint Hawks. It could just be the 2 more bolts. I kind of like the mouses too much. The munitions, we could cut 1 munitions because we're going very fast. Yeah, I think we just do something like that. We didn't need the bolts either. I felt like we would have won over time anyway, but it just sped up the game, those bolts. So I think the Gale Blasts are fine. We've got a Flyers. And our Red Blasts are simply our bolts now. Look, this hand's fine. We got an early interaction. We have our colours. Like, there's not much more you can really ask for. I mean, the Fraven Inspector would be good, or a Lembus. They've multi 5, so that's also a good thing for us. Yeah, definitely correct. Just mulling, getting rid of 1 makeshift munitions. And they're going first. Island Ponder. Okay, so we just go with the Gale Blast. You know, they might play a Delver. They might set up a way so they can go, you know, Island Delver, and then they can have a flip. Which is fine with me because we'll bolt it. We'll bolt the crap out of it with our beautiful card, Galvanic Blast. And I'll hold on to these Core Skyfishes because, you know, we don't need to go too crazy just yet. We'll just play with munitions probably. Yeah, so we'll go Mountain Pass. Again, no real reason to go to get the Metalcraft with Galvanic Blast straight away because we have the Terrors are 5 toughness, the Merry Mystics are 5 toughness, you know, it doesn't do that much. Yeah, we just play with munitions out because it doesn't matter too much. I can see them just countering it as well. That's fine. I'd rather them counter this makeshift munitions over any of our core Skyfishes, to be honest. And Force Spike's interesting, we have to keep that in mind if we go to a game 3. Or even continuing with this, really. I'm not going to play... it sounds like they have a very reactive hand, so I'm actually just going to play Swing Scarred Crag on pass. I'm not playing core Skyfisher here. Oh, yeah, I don't want to Force Spiked, let's be real. They can do their considers and whatnot. Yeah, they didn't do anything, so they obviously have just permission over there. It makes you think they drew that Thought Scour as well. So they've been to Terror, which is good for us. And Delver of Secrets. Alright, we're just going to bolt that. Gets around Force Spike as well. It doesn't get around Spell Pierce, I guess this is the thing. They might want to Spell Pierce this. No, okay, there we go. 3 cards left. There it is. We're going to... I mean, they didn't counter it. It still gets around spell piece as well, I guess. We'll play Synth. And now we will aggressively return the Synth. A null. Yeah, fair, cool, fair, cool. Alright, we'll play the Furnace. I'm more intrigued to... sorry, I actually probably just played this and replayed the Windsky Crag. That was my mistake. Let us just play, of course, Skyfisher now. They've got 2 cards left. And I'll return the Crag because sometimes life game matters. And I don't think mana matters as much now. Alright. Away they go. Like Mouse and Factory would be fantastic. It's been good in these builds, having that extra card you can just use. There it is, the Terror. Currently we can race it quite well with all these other ones. That is a good draw, and I feel ridiculous now doing that. Let us... I don't want to Gale Blast just... Yeah, anyway, let's just Lembas, see if that resolves. They might have another Annul, no they don't. Put that on the bottom. Right, well, that was a fantastic draw. So now we get to actually return this Lembas. That was very lucky there. So I was thinking, like, I guess in terms of now we're running the 2-drop of the Mouse Foundry with the Lembas, I probably should have not returned the Windsky Crag because of that reason. But also just having one return of the Windsky Crag just adds an extra clock on the Tolarian Terror. So it technically adds a turn. You know what I mean? So anyway, we have a very good go of it here. We have our 3 artifacts. We have our Galvanic Blasts, Glint Hawks, Core Skyfishers. We have our engine essentially, and our clock's better as well, and they only got 2 cards in hand because they're mulled. So I'm feeling like in a pretty good commanding spot right now. Yeah, they can hit him. Well, our clock's technically better. We will, when we tap, we'll just tap our 2 red sources for the Lembas. Bog is nice. I think let's just attack first. See what they do. And then they might get rid of the Lembas. If they do, that's kind of fine. We've got the Bog. I feel like they have a counterspell for this. They don't. Okay. Well, that's good for us. Let's just think about this. Yeah, we'll put this on top because if we resolve this, they might have a Force Spike maybe. I was just thinking because then we have lethal. It will drop them to A and we can just double Gale Blast. They have a counterspell for that. Okay. Let's play Bog. I'm still not too worried. Now they can't really play another Tolarian Terror. That's 4 turns away from getting us, and we have double Gale Blast in our hand and another Core Skyfisher. And they have to rebuild their graveyard. So this feels pretty good here. We just get in twice, do the Lembas stuff, maybe just fire off a 1 Gale Blast at their end step, I guess. Alright, for 5. And then yeah, let's just attack first. So they're not running black or anything, so they're not running like Unexpected Fangs or anything like that. Play Core Skyfisher. Again, if they counter that, we'll just play Thraven Inspector. Okay, cycling. I don't know anything about the Sandbar on that deck because you're running lots of cycling. Yeah, we'll return the Lembas. Let's play Lembas. And also I'm just gonna play the Thraven Inspector as well. Sure, let's keep that on top. Let's play this, and then next turn we can triple Gale Blast them. There you go. That is this deck, essentially. And even though I've been playing very fast, I'm still 3 minutes behind on clock. Because there is still a lot of plays, and I'm probably still shortcutting a fair bit. But I feel in a very comfortable spot with the flyers and whatnot. And now I think with the Mouse Factory, we have like 12 ETB artifacts that we can bounce. So I don't feel as bad not being able to draw all these Core Skyfishers and Glint Hawks. You're like, oh, what do I do with them? Yeah, you just have so much. These Glint Hawks are better now because we have access to that. I mean, that's technically a good draw for them, but we do have what they call triple Gale Blast. So I will just block. It doesn't really matter anyway. And I will finish them off with 3 Gale Blasts because I'm a mean person. So 1. It's the best way to finish off the game, to be honest. 2. Still had attacks. GG. Alright, we're on the play, which is good. Let's look at this hand, shall we? This hand's fine. We've got some life gain. The Mouse Foundry is nice. And we got our mana base as well, so we can just go Windsky Crag, you know, get it started. Alright, let's just play the life gain, and then we'll start the Foundries. So what deck are you playing? If you're playing Elves, we're cooked. Spy Combo probably cooked as well. Anything else? Then yeah, alright. We're okay. Okay, Ancient Dead. So they might be playing well, this deck, really. But I feel like the Mouser Foundry is extra nice. So if they're playing the same deck as us, you have to be mindful of makeshift munitions. So we will hold on to the Dawnbringer Cleric basically the entire game, because it doesn't really do much else. You can get him for 1. That is fine with me. And you're probably going to play a Core Skyfisher now. Snow-covered mountain. Okay. That's alright. I'm just going to keep playing Foundries. The Journey to Nowhere stays. Let's just play more Foundries. Now we can double block a Thraben Inspector. We'll return the Crag because they essentially just time walk the attacks with this, and we're not under really any big threat. We can still play our 2 mana cards, and that's exactly what I want. The Foundry is huge as well, just hitting the Core Skyfish. It might be very good for this mirror. So yeah, we'll pick up this. You could run Dust to Dust in sideboarding against this deck, but yeah, it's hard to know. Lembas, okay. Actually, it's probably pretty good, even just getting them off the board. So yeah, sorry, the Dust to Dust is silly. Will come in. Alright, the Captivating Cave. Alright, they're not attacking, fair enough. In which case, we're just going to play the Gain Life. And yeah, we'll just play another Mouser, I think. Oop, whoopsie boopsie. We'll play this. If they're bringing Electrickery in sideboarding, I think I'm fine with that. I know they're brick rules, but, you know, I think we can start just firing off these Mouser Foundries and hit these Thraben Inspectors. Well, now we're hitting the Glinthawks. And playing Lembas again makes sense. I think we do start pointing the bolts at these Glinthawks, though. Yeah, returning Lembas. We need to start drawing some more stuff like that. But I feel like we can quite easily control the board with the Mousers. Like, we can hit all these. We've gained a lot of life. Thraben Inspector's good. Let's just start with Thraben Inspector, I think. Okay, I think we just crack the clue, to be honest, to see what we get. Under no big threat. We just pass. I'm happy to take 2. It's not the end of the world. And next turn, I think we just fire a Mouser at the Glinthawk. I mean, like I said, the Glinthawks are drawing cards here. That's fine. That's a given. Bit of reunion. So they're running maybe just a slightly different. Whoa, that's an Accursed Marauder. I was not expecting that. The Mousers we're going to start sending at this Glinthawk. I'm still worried about, like, essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we'll just play this Rustveil Bridge. We'll pass the turn, and then yeah, Journey stays in our hand. This might mean that they run Refurbished Familiars technically, because it gives everything haste, which is important to know. Oh, there it is. We really need a synth of our own to get our stuff started. These board states get absolutely cooked, by the way. That's what I was worried about. That's what we're getting rid of. So let's just Mouser and hit the Glinthawk, and then we're going to use the Stormbringer Cleric when they do play the makeshift munitions and get rid of that. Well, they're doing it now. Okay. Probably should. Oh no, they don't have any mana anyway. Yeah, let's just hit that. I don't want that around. Hold on to the Journey to Nowhere, I guess. Well, I guess we just use the Journey with Core Skyfish. It's not going to get bigger than that. Yeah, let's just use this Dawnbringer Cleric, because I feel like we can definitely win with makeshift munitions. And that's why I have two in my deck as well. Destroy target enchantment. Don't want you to have munitions. Maybe they run 2 themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5. We can just fire off and get rid of the Core Skyfisher as well. We use the Journey. Let us... You know, we can play the lands. We can play the Journey to Nowhere. And then play the Thraben Inspector and crack a clue. So I think we just get rid of all these threats, and then we can actually just start getting in, which will be good. Maybe some Anthem effects correct here, but I also don't know. Like, if we just also draw 2 bolts for these Thraben Inspectors. Synth, very good. Draws for a bridge. Play the bridge, I assume. They've been through They've been through 8 more cards compared to us. But it feels pretty stalemated. Like, I feel like we've used our resources quite well. You've got roughly the same amount of lands. Luxknight Breacher. Oh, the journey. Egg on my face. They're running Luxknight Breacher. Okay, that's not good for us. We've used this. I really wasn't expecting the Luxknight Breacher, but I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. So I feel like we can. I mean, it's when I say it's only an 11/11, it is an 11/11. If I attack with everything, they block the mouses 3 a go. I'm just thinking about, so if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shoot a threat inspector, keep a mouser around, get in with everything, they block 1, block a mouse, they get 3, 4, 5, doesn't really do a lot. I think we need to have a bit more going on first. We'll play that. And we use the mouse to block that. I'm worried about Wedding Invitation now. That's what I am worried about. And they're drawing more synths than us as well, which I'm not liking. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a sick game. I was like, is this going to be another Luxknight Breacher? No, Cleansing Wildfire. Makes sense with that deck as well. Yeah. Let us just shoot this. And just block it with a mouser. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. No point to go too crazy. If I don't play anything else, then we can just attack with everything. This is called Skyfisher. Oh, cleansing, right, okay. Well, now I feel comfortable getting in, and I'm kind of fine taking 11 as well. Is like a fine option here. Well, it's not the finest option, don't get me wrong. That is interesting. I kind of just want to use this Mouse Factory, hit the Thread Inspector so we can get in, and it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can call Skyfish return the Lembus. Get a Mouser token. I think that's still correct. Let's hit this. And also they got 5 cards in hand, which is a problem. I'm worried about if they're running Refurbished Familiar, because that card is absolutely cracked. And then let's get in with everything. Makes sense. Play the Core Skyfisher. Also, if we have some level of air superiority, I'm happy with that. Attack with the Luxknight, we can attack with everything, all our 1/1s, all our 1 power anyway. They've got 6 cards in hand, a Synthesizer out, a Clue token, it's all bloody happening over there. Main deck Navigator's Compass. Well, it does help you in this race, that's for sure, but it's also just not really any card advantage. It's just Fiction Mana. And they have to do that, which makes you think that maybe they have a lot of lands in their hand, if they're not doing anything else. Ooh, Insight. This game's going to go for a long time. And I'm still down on clock as well. I'm like, I've definitely felt like I've taken less game actions than them. I've always been more of a fan of just straight red white over the Mardu variants. We're basically just Gal Blasting any kind of flyer, so we can attack with everything. We are running out of mouses though, so it might be worth just attack with the our one powered creatures with the toughness on the back and keep back the mouses. It's always been the problem with 2 Luxknight Breaches. Now this is a problem. I do feel very silly hitting with the Journey to Nowhere taking the Core Skyfisher here. Okay, they're not attacking. I think we're down the Galblast route, which is not great. Because already gotten rid of 2 that go on the bottom. Craig's not that good. Well, let's just attack with our flyer. They might just have this, to be honest. Yeah. We can't need to draw synthesizers to get anywhere. There's plenty of ways to win this game still, but we've used one of our journeys, and if we get rid of our journey, then they get the Core Skyfisher back, and which does their synthesizer, or their Lembus, which just is not good for us. They're going to churn through their deck. They've been through half their deck though. Tithing Blade. Well, Tithing Blade just hits a mouser. good for grind as well, the Tithing Blade. So definitely bringing in... They're probably going to win this game 1. Now that I know that they're on the Luxknight Breacher build, we just bring the Dust to Dust. I don't think the relics matter so much. I don't want 3. I think we just bring the 3 Dust to Dust. What should I bring out? Glenhawk. Yeah, I think they've got it here. Unless we literally chain synthesizers into all our flyers. They should just be bashing with these Luxknights. Alright, Glenhawk. We'll pick up the Lembis. See where the world takes us. Maybe we have something. Alright, play Lembis. Alright, give me a core Skyfisher. That's not going to cut the mustard. Alright, Thread Inspector. Let's just churn through our deck a little bit and try and get something good. Alright, Lightning Bolt. That's also not that good. But again, we have some blockers. We can get in with our flyer. It's not terrible, but they are gaining life every turn as well. Shuffling it and gaining life to Lembis. That's interesting. Alright. It's a game. A game is afoot. Alright. We'll just target another Mouser. Another Luxknight Breacher. This might be... Okay, they're just flipping those over. That is one way to do it. Yep, goes to us. Alright, Relic, we're just going to play it in cycle. Lembis will play it. Alright, give me something good. You know what, that's fine. We'll just play that. It's just technically extra life gain later on, so we'll play it. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll pick up the Lembis. Oop. Let us let's attack the Glenhawk first. At least nullify these consumings, and then we'll play the core Skyfisher. We could still technically win this game, which is what I'm thinking about. Obviously, that's what I'm thinking about. Pick up this, play the Plains. They're obviously not running Refurbished Familiar. It's a pretty tight list with all of what they're running. Put on top. That's a very good card. Very good card to have. That might be able to win us the game. But it also gets rid of our other stuff. So if we're able to block these Luxknights a couple times, drop them down a little bit, then maybe the Lightning Bolt, the Gale Blast can get there. But they've got lots of cards in their hands. They've got Synthesizer. Like, they've got lots of stuff going on. They should be cranking in with these Luxknights. They're probably thinking about, oh, they might be able to win. Oh, there's their Glenhawk. And we're back to, let's try and draw a Synthesizer and hit some cool Skyfishes here. Will they hit another Synthesizer? Cool Skyfisher, okay. This might be locked up now. Because we've been through our Mouses as well. I mean, technically we could also just try and mill them out. Is another option. So it begins. Alright. They should have had 3 turns of this though. And we would have like nothing left. But now they got those. Like, it's just too good. So if we draw a Journey, it's probably even just hitting like a core Skyfisher so we can get in, you know? These matchups normally go to time if you play them at locals. Alright, deck. What do you have for me? Lembis. Alright, Lembis, we'll play you. You can go on the bottom. Draw a core Skyfisher. That is good. Let us play core Skyfisher, pick up Lembis. And we probably are just sending out these bolts to pick up some of their just their flyers so we can get in because we've got more flyers. Put on top. We've got our blockers now. Yeah, Lightning Bolt, you. Gale Blast, you. Let's get in with flyers, bing bong. I feel like because when you play the extra colors, it makes a lot of other stuff worse. Played all our Lembises. Let's turn off this upkeep stop. You gain life with Lembis. We're also getting drained like crazy with their stuff. And we're running out of stuff for blocking these Luxknight breaches. But we have to attack. We can't not attack. Alright, they're sacking their... Oh, another core Skyfisher. But then they have another experimental synthesizer. Okay. Again, they have 18 cards left. So maybe, just maybe we can build them out, which is insane. If that's what we can do. I'm just trying to churn through our stuff here. And then hopefully we choose a Thraben Charm in our last journey to hit these Luxknights. Surely they'll be running 4 Luxknights though, which is scary. They're doing this and just returning the synth straight away. It's just Devo if they hit a Lembas anyway. So I was like, if they hit a Luxknight Breacher off when they have two land untapped, it's like kind of cooked for them. Not attacking, interesting. We'll have to discard. Alright, well let's play this Relic and we'll cycle it. Double Gale Blast. Let's just hit their core Skyfisher, get him for 6. Remember they also have the life gain. Why aren't these attacking? There we go. They also have the life gain from their other stuff. But now we can block and just send our Mouser upstairs. But they're just gaining 2 life every turn, so it's a tall order because I think we're basically out of Gale Blast now. That doesn't fix the mill plan, by the way. I feel like pure shit, just want more Mousers, but we've been through 3. Oh my gosh, 70 cents, man, 70 cents. How are we still in this game? And they've been through an extra like 13 cards compared to us. Well, there's a Glint Hawk. I mean, these consumings are going to get us over time, but we do have these Limbuses as well. We are probably going to use some of these Limbuses to hit these Glint Hawks. They get a Gale Blast, they can hit a core Skyfisher, okay. I mean, can we survive 12 turns? That's the other thing. Probably we can. Tap this, just sack this, deal a 1. I've lots of mana as well, my dude. If I can handle these Luxknight breaches, I feel fine. Yeah, here we go. They're attacking with both. Alright, so let's go to blocks. We will block both. Do damage to this, like this. Yeah, I was like, did I do that right? Yes, I did. Do damage to this. So, oh, yeah. It's like this. I'm going to go to time, but these games are fun. And then we just, well, we do that end step anyway. So we won't take anything. Another Compass. At what point do we block these Luxknight breaches? Maybe they're only running just 2 in their deck. It's probably fair enough. Omen. That's not fun. That returns a creature to their hand. Oh no, they got the loop. They got the loop. Let's just shoot this other Glint Hawk. Definitely running out of time. We're just gonna play game 1, but this is just fun. This is what synth builds are like. We haven't hit any synths yet, by the way. So we'll do 1 damage to this. We're just gonna get rid of our Lembas because we have a billion of them. Okay, we'll play this and then we'll Boros Garrison, crack the clue. 1. It's not like I'm not playing fast. I'm playing fast, but these games go crazy. Play this. Still no synthesizers. So hit yes. Grab the Limbus. Play the Limbus. Put on top. Alright, let's play this. Because actually I wanted to mill them out here. Get rid of one of these Luxknight breaches. And then we could probably just hit. Let's just pass. And then we can just use our 2 lands to like sack a Limbus and then a Thraben Inspector just to hit their Vigilance thing or whatever. I just want to mill them out. That's my goal here. That's my goal here. This is my little thing at the end. And they're really leaning into it as well. Which is fine, I guess, you know. Next line again. To me, 9 cards. 9 cards left in their deck. feel like 8 cards left in their deck. Alright, well, we're definitely going to mill them out. Because Lembas doesn't let you cycle non-stop, and they're drawing another card, okay. Time's just not my friend, that's all. Yeah, the Lembas replaces itself, so it doesn't really do what people want it to do. Do you know what I mean? We'll block this. 4 damage. You could deal 1 damage to this. Pay 1. Sack this. And we'll just get rid of a Lembas as well. Like, we can get enough life off the other 2 Lembases, and we can draw the other 2 Lembases as well. Eight cards left. Pick up a Mortuary Mire. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Get the Glinthawks back. They don't matter too much when you have a core Skyfisher though. If they have a Wedding Invitation, this Luxknight gets in. Curse Marauder. Alright, we're just going to get rid of one of our Thraven Inspectors, which is just, it is what it is. I don't know how good that is against this deck, but we'll just go do this. It's probably just sack. No, we'll just sack Olympus. It's fine. We've got this other Gale Blast with this core Skyfisher. Omen's not good. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So Omen's got Flash as well. Well, let's just play Limbus. I just want to stay alive at this point now. Omen's not too scary. Put that on the bottom. Not Synthesizer, we'll play it. Play that. Yes, we do. Let's have this for a red and just return the Windscar Crack. Yeah, we crack. We have enough to crack 1 at least. Yep, well, we had mana, sorry. We can't play that. That's okay. All right, there we go. Let us just pass. That way we can still hit like their token if we want to. The core Skyfish doesn't matter too much anyway. We've got 8 cards left. There's 10 minutes on the clock. It's crazy. They should definitely not be cycling through any more of their deck. They should not do that. Okay, what's it targeting though? Because then we could just munitions. Okay. In that case, we'll just target this. Pay 1, sacrifice this. And then we'll, block with the Throat Inspector with the Breacher and then block and get rid of that. And then we just shoot the core Skyfisher. We don't want to take any damage. We're very close to not living anymore. We have 9 health through our other thing, but you know, they're slowly whittling us away. Again, the Glinthawk, which is interesting. I'd probably even just want to get the Curse Marauder, just get rid of all our blockers and then get in with everything. You're on 34, you know. You're drawing cards. Maybe they have like 1 Wedding Invitation in their deck, and that's what they're looking for. We can even just block the core Skyfish, to be honest. No, we don't need to. We can just Gale Blast it. That's going to be better anyway. I think they think that they can go infinite, maybe? Maybe they can. You know what? Maybe they can. If they can, that's cool. I'm glad we worked this out together. But they got like 3 cards left in their deck. Maybe they just finally wanted to do it, you know? Are you going to play the Journey here? If they played the Journey, a Curse Marauder, they probably could have gotten in, you know? Whoa, hang on. Pay 1, sack this. I think maybe we just take... I think we just blocking... Alright, they're giving everything haste. Okay. Well, we can just block everything. Just take 2. Let's go to blocks. So we go, let's just trade with this 2/2. Block here, trade with this, block here, and then we'll just Gale Blast this. We still have a Synth as well. And that way we don't take anything this turn. They're on 3 cards left. And we just have to survive this this Luxknight Breacher somehow. Which is going to be hard. There's lots of competing things right now. They should have played a Curse Marauder. That would have wrecked us. Omen, yeah. Omen, get back. Anything. It's got Flash there. They could just do it on their turn. Yeah, get back Core Skyfisher. They can't play it though. If they did that, got back a Curse Marauder, then they could have just cracked in, gotten some extra damage in. Oh, so they can, I guess? What do they return here? We are very close to death, but there is other things in this deck. Well, that's one way to kind of claw back now. Ooh. Yes, return the synth. Play the synth. Kind of care about the Bog more, to be honest. Especially with Omen. We need a blocker here. Just tap like this. I'm tapping fast now because we're just in the stage where like lots is happening, you know. Get a 2/2, just another land off the top. Okay, we're not attacking. Let us just play a land that we can't do. Say go. And yeah, we're just obviously going to block this Luxknight Breacher. The core is a little bit annoying because they've got 2 cards left. We can block it at least once. Maybe we block it with the Glint Hawk and then we sack it and get rid of it. Potentially that's what we do. Somehow we were able to hold on. Somehow Palpatine returned. I only got 8 minutes left on the clock. You know, I'm just happy to win game 1. That's fine with me. They're staring at 2 cards left in their deck. What do they want to do? It's definitely not a game for... Whoa, hello. That's cool. That is so cool. There's not much I can do against that, that's for sure. They're just cooking it up. Yeah, then we have to... I mean, they actually might still have us here. Oh, let's make that all huge. End stage cabin. I probably should have sacked actually to get rid of them. I didn't think about that. Because kind of have to block everything. Let's devote some time, mate. This can go here. This can go here. Guess this can go here. And then what? We need Olympus's kind of... We've got a couple artifacts as well. This is hard. This is really hard. We've gone through so much as well. Maybe they do have us here. 2 cards left. We have to block that. I guess we can take... We can take the 3, go to 4. And then we can sack... 2 artifacts? 3 artifacts? Get rid of that. Yeah, we should have done this beforehand and we would have kept a Glint Hawk, I guess. No, we can just do 2. Okay. Let's go shoot that for 1. They probably have Gal Blast though as well. I mean, they probably have Gal Blast. We need to keep up the Limbuses here. I probably should have just done this first. Let's see if they just want to Gal Blast the Glint Hawk. Oh, yeah, sorry, we need to do it one more time. My bad. They're playing a Bog. I just don't have time to even go through the graveyard. There's no time on the clock. Alright, let's just shoot this Glint Hawk one last time. Just sack this land. We need the Limbuses, otherwise we're going to die as well. Maybe they have a double burn spell. GG, my dude. Yeah, they do. Okay, they did play around that very well. But a bolt would have done it anyway. Ah, you tease you. Alright, there we go. Alright, sideboard wise, we just bring in these. Actually, I would bring in the relics because they have omens. Don't bring a cleric is still important. It's pretty hectic. The lightning bolts get a lot worse. You're not going quickly. I don't mind the Gal Blast, I guess. Munitions, 2 munitions is kind of fine. Well, actually, we can cut munitions. And just run another lightning bolt. 1 munitions is fine. Sorry, we'll go to time, but at least it's fun. I'll put this at the end. I'll run the play. yeah, that sounds fine. We'll keep this. We just go Relic and even just go a bit slow. We're definitely going to keep this Journey to Nowhere's in for their Luxknight breaches, that's for sure. Not playing into that again. And we want to keep all the core Skyfishes for ETB effects, so let's just play the Garrison, pick up the Plains, let it go. I don't know what I think about Bit of Reunion. Alright, Dust to Dust is interesting. I kind of want to wait on it a little bit. Let's just play. I probably should have played tap land there. Let's just pass and we'll tap. Get rid of that. I guess we could have played a core Skyfisher and gotten him like with an aggro plan maybe. I think now we'll just hit both of those. If they don't do anything. Core Skyfisher. Alright, now we just hit both their lands, which is very good for us. So we're going to go this, bing bong. Got to run the Dust to Dust, my dude. Play land. I mean, having core Skyfisher now would have been pretty good. I just wasn't expecting having Dust to Dust so early. And that's not good for them either, because obviously they're trying to draw into stuff. But now we can go play the Synthesizer. Hit Glinthawk. We'll play the Glinthawk, pick up the Synthesizer, won't we? Yes, please. We can aggressively do this as well because they're pretty far behind. Play the land. Let's play the Synthesizer again, see what we hit. Do we want to play that? I think we kind of even just... Yeah, you know what, let's just play that, it's free. We can just cycle this Relic instead of trying to hit another Dust to Dust. That's the end of the game, we want another Dust to Dust. They keep hitting lands, damn. Alright, let us, yeah, just go to us. We won't do the Relic here. Let's attack. No white sources, which is good for us. Let's play its core Skyfisher. Pick up the Synthesizer. What do we hit? Yeah, we can play land. What do we hit? Threat Inspector, sure. And I'm actually going to play this other core Skyfisher now, just for the aggro. Wish we had it in earlier, but that's fine. Again, we just pick up the Synthesizer. Don't hit a Dust to Dust. Okay, that's fine. We missed out on a Gale Blast, but we also have a gigantic board state now in removal. Like, probably here now, I'll probably just Journey to Nowhere that, to be honest. We'll play Synth a couple times with the core Skyfisher. Gale Blasts, I mean, they probably just hit the core Skyfisher, fair enough. Alright. Let's play the Synth. We'll Dust to Dust, this and this. And let's play the Radiant Fountain. And then we'll just Journey that core Skyfisher. Let's just win this game. That's the plan. Sorry you don't get to see all of it. But it just is what it is, you know? And we'll probably just cycle this Relic. There you go. Dust to Dust is good against them, as you can see. Good stuff. Yep, Synth. Oh, they had the land and the Eviscerators in sight, so that's pretty huge, to be honest. And the Glinthawk. I mean, they're holding on. They are holding on. Well, let's just do the core Skyfisher first. Pick up the Synth, because we might hit something nice here. Turns out hitting Dust to Dust twice in the top is very good here. Sure, I'll hit these. And then we will play land. Journey that. Get in. So it turns out if you hit 3 of your Dust to Dust, it's very good against them. There we go. We're probably likely going to win this game 2, but I cannot win a game 3. I will need the exact same hand on the play. Yeah. But you can see the power of Synth there. They've literally gotten all their lands back multiple times. Just say thanks to the games. I will play just this last one, see what happens. Absolutely crazy. Good games. This is why you play Synth. This is why you play Pauper as well. Absolute marathon. Yeah, but we're just going to go to time, which is sad. If we had another 10 minutes, maybe. But Synth versus Synth always goes to time. It's just part of the game. This hand is good. I'll keep this anyway. got 10 minutes left. I somehow took more time in that last one, which is funny. Yeah, we're just going to go Craig into Boros Garrison. Get to a point where we can go Mouse at Glenhawk. Yeah, we're definitely keeping this. They're keeping 7. Play the Craig, pass. I probably just want to bolt them, to be honest. If they play anything, we'll bolt crap out of that. They can't play Curse Marauder, do anything. Yeah, Cleansing Wildfire. Because if we go Boros Garrison, maybe we actually just go Rustveil Bridge, actually. Doesn't really change too much. We don't want to do Synthesize just yet, and in this way we can actually just burn something here. Lembas, okay. You're just going to bolt their Glenhawk if they play a Glenhawk, which that's what it looks like they're doing. Oh, just wildfiring, okay. I want to hold on to the bolt because I want to control the board state, essentially. Let's just play the Mouse of Foundry. Because again, we don't want to use the Synth. We want Synth when we start having more lands, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will play the bolt because I don't want to... Oh, I guess, sorry, technically I could have done the Boros Garrison, but at least now we can bolt the core Skyfisher, and then we can play the Garrison next turn, you know, play the Synth, what have you. I feel like we've got a good hand now, and now I know about their Luxknight breaches. These journeys would just go to their... Me just taking too much time. Probably if I wasn't talking, maybe I could get there a little bit easier. Let's just dust their lands. Actually, dust their Lembas and their Black Source. Get him for 1. Dust is a good card. We'll play this, pick up the mountain, pass, and then maybe just get Mouses non-stop. Nah, Synthesize is better. I feel like if we had more time, maybe we would do better. But alas, here we are. Tithing Blade, that's fine. I'm surprised they kept that in, especially against the Mouse of Foundries. Munitions is always good. We only have one thing for that. Let's just play the mountain. Sorry, I was meant to play the Synth first. You always play Synth before you play lands. But I'm playing very fast here because I have like no time on the clock. Yeah, there you go. Punished. We will play this. Of course, Skyfisher. Maybe we just pick up the Mouse of Foundry. You know, let's just pick up the Mouse of Foundry and then replay it and get more of a clock, and then we can Gal Blast stuff as well. Let's go full cards. And also this way, if they play a Tithing Blade, maybe they have another Tithing Blade that we can hit. Yeah, I mean this just target, this is non-token, so sorry, cool Skyfisher. You're going 4 feet under, 5 feet under. It's 2-1 damage to us. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, let's play this other Synth. Yeah, just Gal Blast them. Well, hang on. First we'll play this land, sorry. Just in case. Let's get in. I'm actually going to play the Glint and get the Mouse of Foundry. Because we've got this other Gal Blast. This is our way to win the game, you know? And we're not winning the game, but, you know, it's just fun anyway. There we go, yeah. Our army of mouses. Let's go mouses. And then we can also Gal Blast whatever they play, and we can mouse destroy one of their creatures, attack with everything. It's more if they play a Luxknight Breach is what I'm worried about. But I'm fine with this as well. The Luxknight Breach is not that big here. We can Gal Blast their face and actually just get in twice. Somehow, we're doing better than I thought we would. Yeah, I think we Gal Blast them and then end step mouse them if we need to, and just crack in with everything. I think we definitely Mouse of Foundry target that. Yeah, let's just Gal Blast them. Minute left. Hit that. Let's just see if we get in enough damage. 50 seconds left. 2-turn clock. They might just want to sack to deal 1, I guess. Which makes sense. We're very far off winning here still. Like, they can just play stuff, but maybe if we can do a Synth and get another bolt, we win. And I cut bolts as well. Or munitions. The munitions does it. Like, we have lots of ways to win. Yeah, you can blast that. Take 4, go 5. But we still have lethal in play. You need to play stuff. Sadly, with Lembus makes it harder as well. We will still do this synthesizer. Like if we just hit some Gal Blast, we win. It's been a fun game. If we just played a smidge faster, maybe we could have won this game. They can also just make a 2-2 here, which is like pretty hard to beat. But again, Gal Blast, we laughing. I think we just need to look for a bolt now, but we've gone through 2 Gals and a lightning bolt, so we only have 2 Gals left in the deck. And we have munitions, and that's like, if we had more time, we could have just found munitions. But yeah, 3 bolts and munitions. Maybe we should have brought them in because we of the timer, and that's how we win this game, but... Mouses, man. Mouses keep mousing. Yeah, they get the Glenhawk back, fair enough. Play the Glenhawk. Pick up the synth. Oh, they're going to Glenhawk. Okay, that's pretty good. Right, give me... You know, I'm going to cycle this now. You know what? Sorry, let's do the synth first. Let's hit a Gal Blast, and it makes all our woes go away. Get a 2-2. Definitely playing that. We'd actually win if we had like 10 seconds left, I think. They need to sack a Limbus, otherwise they lose. But we're sandbagging this land. They block 1. If they take 4, they should not do that. They have to sack something to hit something here. Crazy. So if we did it backwards, they may have just taken 4 here. So take 3. Pass. We just yield through their turn. I got 4. Oh no, life gain. No. There you go. So technically, we could win in this spot because we can use munitions and sack 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spells upstairs. They won, but if I had 10 seconds left, I would have done it. That's funny. That's good. All right. All right. Look, quick wrap-up time. I was very pleased with this deck, to be honest. Boros Synth has always been a very good deck to play. It's been very, very good in general for the meta. I think it's very much a sleeper. Every time I played it, I just felt it's been very powerful. It's just a very long deck. It rewards people who are playing the deck a lot, so you know all the intricacies. Even when I was playing fast, I was like making some mistakes here and there, so it was interesting how much time you can put into this deck to get really good at it, to learn the plays. I think the mouse has actually helped the deck a fair bit. My problem with the Boros Synth list is like, you normally win the late game because you have such a powerful engine, but having something in the early game that you can use for blocks or produce a clock early in those matchups where you need to has been quite valuable. And even how powerful it is with makeshift munitions, it has a bolt on it as well that targets creatures. I'm very pleased with how the mouse found you win. And to be honest, I think I'll just run it back like this in the league. I think I might play this in the league in the channel soon, to be honest, because I feel like this feels like a 5-0 list, to be honest. Very good. The issue would probably be mainly around if we're playing against elves, but now we've got like the 3 electricries in our sideboard. I'm feeling better. Anyway, let me know what you think about this deck. Yeah, I probably wouldn't say any notes right now. I want to try it in a more competitive environment. Let me know what you think.